Okie dokes. Hi everybody, good day to you, welcome back. We are returning to this 2000 Nissan Pathfinder 3.3 liter, and we have ourselves a replacement oil pump assembly. It's got the gasket, it's got the O-rings, it has the gasket for the pickup tube. Let's get this thing unboxed and installed. I want to get this truck back together today. Alrighty, there was a lot of stuff that went down off camera. I've got the oil filter adapter connected to the pump. It's bolted on. It has new O-rings on the inside of it. The pump's ready to go in. I have the block surface prepped. It's been cleaned off, kind of polished. All the old gasket material and sealant has been removed. Here's the new gasket for the oil pump. We're gonna slide the pump up into place and get that thing pressed or installed over the front of the crank. As soon as we get this pump in, we'll go back a little bit deeper down below and get the oil pan installed. I'm hoping this thing goes together a little bit easier than it came apart. I'm pretty sure it should, because I wasn't really certain what the order of operations was supposed to be when I took it apart, but now I know. I can't believe I forgot that pickup tube. Stupid mistake. I'm keeping an eye on that gasket too. That gasket's just sitting there with a couple pegs. Okay, the pump's on, but it's not lined up with the crank. I need to get that thing in position here. Bear with me. Wiggle it and maybe it'll move. Yep. There we go. Nice, we're getting somewhere. Okay, the pump is in position on the block. Let's get that thing bolted on next. Real quick, full disclosure moment. I just put this thing back in again. I had to pull it out and redo the seal. The seal was getting caught on the crank, and it was quite cumbersome to get that thing in there, but we can see that the seal is now seated properly on the crankshaft, so now we can proceed after another roadblock. This thing's roadblock after roadblock. It's killing me. All right, oil pickup tube. That's going in next. How do I reach those bolts? Let me see here. From the back. That's not gonna work. I got one. That one's tight. Extension to the rescue. Kinda. There we go. Okay, that's bolted on. Two more bolts in the back of the pickup. Man, I feel like I need to pick up the pace. I'm just lagging here. It's not working out. I can't get any momentum. I don't have enough speed. We don't have enough dilithium crystal, Captain. We can't do it. Uh-oh, yeah, I'm starting to lose it now. I'm losing it. Okay, let's refocus here. Oil pump is on. All the bottom bolts here are on. Let's go ahead and get the front and rear oil pump seals installed. We'll silicone it and then we'll get the pan. I meant to say pan seals, not pump seals. We'll get the pan seals installed, get the pan back up, seal that thing back together. Then we can get the water pump, then we can get the timing belt. Let's get some momentum here, guys. I want to get moving. Well, this is gonna get interesting and difficult and stressful very, very quickly. So I've got the two oil pan seals right down here with some silicone. And I need to put sealant on the pan to seal the pan to the block. The issue is the squeeze to get this pan under the engine is so tight that it's going to make that silicone smear and slide around. I'm going to scrape off. So this is going to be really hard. I'm going to put you guys over here in fast forward mode. I got a feeling I'm going to be at this for a while, so just bear with me. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get through this pan reseal as quickly as possible, then we can get back to the good stuff, okay? All right, guys. All right, we got the pan pretty close. Let's review it real quick and then bolt it in. And I know that was a little tedious, but we've got the rear seal up in position. I know that silicone looks bad. It's not as bad as it really looks. Front seal is right there in position. There's little notches on the bottom of the apex of the seal that align it. So those are in position. The sealant's in. It's got sealant running down both sides of the pan, not smeared. Let's get this thing bolted on before oil decides to run down and contaminate my surface. Okay, I've got 4 of the oil pan bolts. I get one shot at this to get it right. Otherwise, I move those front and rear seals and then this whole bit's ruined. And I probably wouldn't know until I put oil in it and start it. Wouldn't that suck? Okay, it's made contact. Now, my goal next is to hold it in position so it cannot break contact. We don't want this thing to move ever again. Might be a little hard to do. I can't reach the bolts on the other side. Man, this is terrible. Not digging it. Oh, come on. Switch hands here. Oh, this is terrifying. Truly. Come on, 10mm bolts. What are we doing? Oh, it's going in now. All right. We got one on each side. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. I'm gonna go around and get the rest of them in position next. Now the thing is secure, so this is now a win so far. All right, that's 3/4 of them are installed. We're getting there. Let's tighten some of these down now. Make sure all that sealant is nice and seated and spread evenly. See how there's just a tiny bit poking out through the crack? It means we have good distribution of sealant. Alrighty, so now that the pan is in, we can start to lower down the jack stands, and we're gonna let the engine mounts back, or let the bolts for the engine mounts back down into the holes, and that's gonna reseat the engine back onto the subframe, and then I can get these big giant awkward floor jacks out of here. So that's passenger side, that one's in, and driver side, that's closed. That one's almost in. Let's finish letting this guy down. Yipper. Okay, the engine and trans are back in their cradles. Let's get all this equipment out of here, and then I'll toss the starter and all those little backing plates and stuff back in, or the brackets rather. There's a bunch of brackets everywhere. So let's get those guys installed next. Then we can go back up top. Okay, a couple nuts on this motor mount, and then 2 more over here on the other motor mount. Oh, that's the wrong socket. Imagine that. Round 2. Let's try a 14. Just. Where? All right, not kidding. I told you we were gonna move kind of fast through this. I've got the starter in, the bracket, the little plate that goes between the starter and the bell housing bracket on the driver's side. Oil pan is still bolted in, drain plug's in. Let's get out of this dungeon of a Nissan. I don't want to be under there anymore. I have spent too much time staring up into darkness and into blinding lights. I want to go back up top. Let's do the water pump next, shall we? Okie dokes, we're looking down at our crankshaft snout again. Let's go ahead and get all these little pieces back together. We've got a couple of these little shims, then there's the pulley, and of course the Woodruff keys have to go in. Here, real quick, I'm going to turn this crank some so I can have better access to the slots for the keys. See? I'll put it back later, but for right now, I just want to rotate that so the grooves are facing upwards. Okay, now there were 2 keys here. I cleaned them up and try to get rid of all the rust and whatnot that was on them, because they did not come out very well, and they're not going in very well either. Just tap that thing into position here. That's nice and flush. Okay, so there's one key. Let's go ahead and slide in the sprocket. That goes right there. Okie dokes. Key number 2 is going into the crank snout. Get that in position and just kind of tap it into its home. There we go. Okay, one more big washer, and that's gonna, well, these are actually here to hang on to the belt so the belt can't walk off of that pulley there, or the gear. Sprocket. So it can't walk off of the sprocket. Words. Okay, that's set up. Good enough for now. Let's go ahead and get the water pump installed. Okay, pump's coming in. I've got 2 bolts running through the pump, and I'm gonna use those to locate the gasket. If I can get this lined up right here. Hang on here. I'm a little off base. Yeah. Oh, it's because we're backwards. Okay, gasket is on the pump. Let's mate this up to the block and start the threads without dropping the gasket. Yes, I could glue it on, but I didn't. So I won't, because I don't think I need to. And I don't. Very good. Okay, there's our top bolt. And we got, looks like there's 1 down here. There's 3 down here. Here's number 2. And 3 goes over here. Nope, got that backwards. Number 2 goes over here because that one is shorter. That one goes there. Okay, 12 mils. Let's get these guys tight. Nope. What have I done? I need an extension, or I need a wobbly 12. I'll take that. Kick. Nice. I did not get this one very tight, so we'll hit that with a wrench. That's better. Oh. Alright, now it is time to get the timing belt installed. So let's find our marks here. That's the right side cam mark. That's the left side cam mark, and that means down here. That is the mark that lines up the little dot that is on this crankshaft sprocket. Yeah. So you slide this guy up some so I can start with this dot down here. I'm actually going to take a Sharpie and put a dot on the side so I can see. I don't think you guys can see it from here, but I'm looking at the dot down here on this sprocket. So bear with me while I get all this stuff lined up. We'll set this one on the cam. We'll start here and work clockwise. Oh, pro tip number 45. Use these little, oh, come here. Use these paper clip devices right here to hang on to your timing belts. It keeps them from moving. Here we go. Put that one right there. Okay, now we're gonna go down to the crank pulley, and I need to get that mark lined up with the sprocket. Seeing as how I need to rotate this crankshaft, let's put the bolt back in it again. Kick. Let's see if I can maneuver this properly. So I'm going to back it up. I can see the mark and I can see the dot. Kinda. Not quite in position yet. Bear with me, this is meticulous. I think I've got it. I think it's lined up right there. Let me turn this back some just to verify. Okay, so the line is on the dot. What I'm going to do is just hang on to it. That way the belt can't turn, and I'm going to rotate the crank until I run out of slack. See how that's going? We're just tightening up the belt against this pulley here. We're pulling all the slack out of it. We're not going to turn it enough where it starts to turn that cam. But now I do need to maintain tension so that this crankshaft sprocket cannot turn. And if the belt slips, I have to start over. Now looking up and to the left, we've got to get this thing set up, and then we'll go down and put the tensioner pulley on. Yeah, see, we're getting there. We're getting close. We're still a tooth off. See that? There's our marks, and there's our little dot. So we need to move this camshaft just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, so we're just going to turn that cam gear. Oop, too far. We're going to turn that cam gear back until that mark lines up with the little dot. See that? So now, according to the marks, everything is in time and the belt is on, but we're not tensioned yet. I'm going to back this off to the left a little more. We're going to tighten up this section of the belt and then possibly pull on this cam over here, which will give me a little bit more tension on the bottom side of the belt. Need to make as much space as possible.
I think we're good there. Okay.
Now I'm going to clip this on so that belt doesn't come slack and come off of there. Then we'll get the tensioner on, which is just a spring-loaded pulley. Put that right there. Good to go. Okay, let's get this tensioner pulley in position next. Where's that hole at? Oh, that wasn't cool. Uh-oh, my little wedge fell out of there and it jumped time. I gotta fix that. We'll put a different wedge in so it can't go anywhere. You stay. Alright, now let's go back to that tensioner pulley. Try this again. So we got the hole right here. Pull that guy aside. Go on, please. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm just sliding the spring for the tensioner around so that it maintains some automatic tension until I can tighten it and then secure it. There we go. And we're going to have a series of washers. There's our washer pack that goes in, and then our nut right here. So now the chain's in, it's timed. I need to tension the tensioner a little bit, lock down that nut, pull the wedges and clips, and then we can move on to the covers. Sound good? Okay, I'm going to reach in here and put a little bit of a tension on this tensioner. I can pull my wedge out now. And once that tensioner feels nice and tight, which I think it goes right about here. It might be too tight. Let me back it off some. Whoop. Ah, flashlight gravity. Hang on, I'm trying to get this right. Pull our wedge out again, and I just need to double check all my marks and we're good to go here. Okay, the tensioner is putting a little bit of tension on this. I just need to adjust it in a little bit tighter and we'll get this thing locked down. The spring is nearly out of chooch here. Okay, a little bit more. That feels good right about there. It's just a tad tighter than what the spring had done. Now I can go ahead and lock this in. Tensioner click. Okay, I just need to recheck the marks and we should be good to go here. We're on the dot. And over here we're on the dot. And down below you guys probably can't see, but we're on the dot. Yep, alright, let's pull the wedge again. There we go. And now we can get the rest of the covers back on. Alright, finally. Time to get the bottom cover in position next. Let's set that guy up right here and we'll start running its bolts in. We can move on to the top cover. Hooray! Okay, we got our big long one. I think that goes over here on the side. Yes, it does. Let's see, next one. It's a semi-long one. That one fits right here, and then the rest look like they're shorties. So let's get all these guys in position here. That one goes down there. And as always, I'm gonna thread them all before any of them get any torque. Come on now, get in there. This little stubby guy right here. And a couple more. There's one way down low. Let me get that one next. That's the one that tricked me, that I did not know was there. Okay, that one's in, and another right here. Sweet. Let's tighten all these guys down real quick like. Then we'll get the crank pulley back on. How bad would it be if I put the crank pulley on without this cover? That would be so sad. Error. Major error. Doom -de -doom. Text message. Up, one more. You got me. I see you. Okay. Now this crankshaft pulley is going to go on there a lot easier than it came off, because we cleaned up the crank, we've cleaned up the bore on the pulley, and we don't have to pull it. We can just run it in with the bolt. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Or not, because the threads aren't reaching. All right. Flashlight. As I was saying, run it right in with the bolt. That came out with a 90-degree impact. It's going to go in the 90-degree impact. Click. Well, as difficult as this job is, I dare say we're approaching the home stretch. Like, we're not there yet, but we're getting a little closer. That's the front cover. Top cover, another cover. Let's get this guy bolted on next, and then we'll go ahead and get the pulley system installed, and we'll go from there. Oh, this thing has got my brain fried. I mean, it wasn't so bad. Trouble is I got in trouble. That seal was worse than I thought it was going to be, and then I found out that it wasn't actually the seal that was leaking all that oil down there. That wasn't the primary complaint or anything. That was more like a side quest. But
since I had the front cover off, and since I found it was the oil pan that was leaking, I had to, or I'm sorry, the oil pump that was leaking, I had to go in there and fix it. And my issue is like I said, I didn't prepare to do what I ended up doing, so it kind of caught me off guard. It's not the right bolt. This is the right bolt because it's longer. It's like the one bolt that's a little bit longer. Yeah, go figure. Here, let's make these guys tight next. That one doesn't reach without an extension. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Tell you what though, I think my biggest enemy right now is me. Yeah, that one doesn't fit. Okay, this one's too long for where it is, so we take that out and let's try it up here. Yes, that one goes there. And then this one, maybe this one goes here. Get in there. Good. And there's that one that I couldn't reach, but I was turning my socket backwards also. Nope, still can't reach that one. I need a longer one for there. There. Found the problem. That one's not long enough. Or that one wasn't long enough. So I switched it with a longer one. You guys are leaving? Oh no, I'll miss you when you're gone. Yeah, wobblies. We need wobblies. It will go if I wobble it. There. And then this one, which was down there, goes over here. That's what happened. I got everything flipped and flopped. Alright, we're good to go now. Okay, let's back up some, and we have to get this vacuum crossover PCB assembly pipe reinstalled. It plugs into the valve cover on the right, and then the valve cover on the left, and then it bolts on here and here. So you get in there, please. Wiggle that guy back into position. That goes over there. Wiggle this side into position. Open the clamp, seat it, ×2. Oh, there we go. Okay, 2 bolts. That's going to secure this bracket hose assembly thing. And that second one. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the AC hose down in position. We'll get this thing reconnected to the compressor, and I'll go ahead and start the vacuum on this. Finish that off in just a moment, because I need to recharge the AC. Remember, we had to discharge it to get this line out of here. 14 mil nut. Let's give that some torque. There we go. Okay, AC line is attached. Okie dokes, AC machine, words is in action. I'm gonna go ahead and start setting up the brackets for all the tensioner pulleys, and then we'll get the belts on after that. So this bracket right here, this is a, hang on here, I'm misaligned. It's a 3-bolt bracket, but I need to sandwich the other bracket over top of this bracket before I bolt this bracket on. So what I'm going to do is get the 2 bolts down below installed, and then I'm going to put that third one in to align the threads and everything, and then I'll tighten down these 2. Let's put that guy in. I don't need to tighten this one yet, but I do need to thread it that way I don't run into a situation where I can't install it later. There's one. Now I can pull this one back out. That one feels kind of crusty. All right, next bracket coming in. This one has all the bolts sitting in it. The ones that I removed earlier, I placed them back inside so I wouldn't lose them or forget which what orientation they came in. How's this gonna work? I don't know what I was remembering to do. Hang on, we're gonna get this right. We'll start with what we know, the big bolt. The big bolt goes in that little hole right there. Okay, yeah, now we're getting somewhere. That's how this goes. Then this one goes in top right there on that bracket. Oh, the design technology of this Nissan Datsun is absolutely murder. And I actually probably need to stop because I need to put that radiator hose on as well. Let's get all these guys tightened. And another over here. Good. Oh yeah, the bracket for the AC line. Clicks. Radiator hose. And it's got a little mount right here. That goes there. Oh, we're getting somewhere now, fellas. I'm feeling better. No, seriously, like this car, this job just made me want to quit my job. Like, it really did. This thing it's been absolutely brutal. I think I'm 12 or 13 hours into a 4-hour job. Okay, next up, belts are going back in. Point the letters the right way. It's kind of my thing. They have to point forward. Definitely forward. Yeah. Alright, there's one belt almost all the way on. There we go. That one's all the way on. Not tight yet, but it's on. Alright, let's slide the water pump pulley on, and then we'll do the next serpentine belt. Alright, there goes that flashlight. This one, that's gonna run over top. I think this is the correct belt. There's two Serp belts. One is long and one is short. And I think the short one goes in this location. Pretty sure it does. Get in there. Yep, that's where it goes. Beautimus. Here, I'll run this pulley up real quick and tighten that Serp belt while we're here. I haven't forgotten that V belt down there. I'm just doing this one first. Reasons. Okay, that's good. And I'll lock down the pulley. That way it stays in its position. Perfect. And let's go down and revisit that power steering pump and tighten that belt next. Oop, my double jointed wobbly fell out. Hang on. Put that thing back. This thing getting tight yet? What's the deal? All right, well, it looks like I'm on roadblock. I don't know, like number 450 on this truck. I'm trying to tighten down that V belt for the power steering. It's still pretty loose, and if I look up here, right at the slot where the adjuster is, it appears that it's at maximum throw. I can't make that thing any tighter. So that tells me one of two things. This belt is either very, very stretched, or it's the wrong belt. I recall when we started this project that on the initial startup, this thing had some kind of a belt squeal, and now I think I know which one of these was squealing. It was this one. It's on there just tight enough where it'll turn that pulley, and it's just loose enough where it'll probably slip. So let's do our job again. I'm gonna go ahead and order some belts for this thing because I have to. That's gonna put me another half a day behind schedule because it's after 5 right now and the part stores will not deliver. So I can either close up and I can go pick up the the part and get back in half hour, 40 minutes, and then start again, or I can call it a day and get out of here. And I think, considering that today has been a horrendous day, I'm just gonna throw in the towel on this one and call it quits for right now. So I'll check back in the morning. Don't go anywhere. You guys won't notice that it's been a whole day. But yeah, I need to go ahead and acquire a replacement belt. I'll probably just go ahead and put all 3 of them in there. No reason to just do one, I guess. So looks like the difficulty of this particular job is it's ramping up on me. So oh, I can charge the AC. We can do that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Just nah. All right, the screwing around is done. This is the final day. This is the last day, not just the next day. I'm pulling this this belt back off because I can't tighten down, or I can't pull enough slack out of it to make it tight. So I went and got a new one. Look here. Here's our new one on the bottom, old one on the top, right? And if we go ahead and stretch these, look at how much longer that old one is. Yeah, that thing was not gonna fit. So we're getting rid of this one. We're installing this one. Again, letters facing forward because that looks pretty. Let's get this guy on and tight, and then we'll go back and put the other one back on again. Yeah, there we go. Goes right in. Look at that. And I think I can tighten it without that goofy wobbly extension setup I had. I got another shorter wobbly. We can stick that one down in the hole here, and that should tighten this up. Yeah, here we go. We're getting somewhere now, boys. A little bit more, a little more. Getting some slippages. Have to do that manually, but that's pretty close already. There, I'm just gonna reach in with like a little ratcheting crow's foot and just finish that off a little bit. A couple more turns and it should be in good shape here. Oh, going in. Oh man, guys, I'm feeling infinitely better today. I was so low energy yesterday. I mean, I was done. A little tighter. Oh, kick hinge. All right, that's pretty good. I think that's tight. Yeah. Okay, so I just need to lock down the bolt on the front of the pump here, which I can't reach that one. Let's try with an extension. I feel it right here. I believe it's a 12 millimeter. Yes, it is. Okay, that's the adjuster bolt, so it's locked into place now, but we still have to tighten this bracket right here. I think that's still loose. Yep, and that bolt right there. Yeah, I literally promised this vehicle, like, well, yesterday I promised it about an hour ago. But since I had to get more belts, we're waiting. This is terrible. It's Saturday and I was gonna take the day off, but now I'm finishing what I started. Because that's just what you gotta do. Click. Okie dokes, we've got a alternator power steering belt coming in next. This one's a little shorter than the one I took off, so I'm hoping I can get it to go in there. I may have to back that alternator adjuster off just a little bit further. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, and I don't know yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back that off. I don't have space. Try that. Oh, let's try the other way to route this. No. Yes, no. Okay, yes. We're getting somewhere now. Look at that. This is getting good. This is very good. I think that's better. A little more. There. Tighten up the pulley. Click. Okay, 2 belts down, 1 to go. And the 1 to go is a 5 rib. That's a little smaller. That goes around the AC 1 pulley and then the crankshaft down below. There we go. Nice. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Let's get the fan and then the fan shroud put down into position next. Let's back up a little bit so we can see. Just like it came out, these are going to go together at the same time, and I've got this backwards. Bear with me. Figuring out what we're doing here. I'll lower the fan down. Sneak that guy into position, then we can fit this fan clutch over those studs on that water pump pulley. Steering gear's in the way. Hang on. My noggin's in the way too. Oh, hit you guys with my hat. Sorry. Now while I maneuver this, I've got to kind of suspend this fan over here so it doesn't fall down and hit my radiator. And you can't see, but I'm lining up those studs on that pulley. All right, got one. So the fan is hung. Shroud is in position. Good. Let's just bolt this shroud in right now so it doesn't flip-flop out of or into the way. As soon as I get that fan bolted on, we can toss some coolant and some oil in this thing and restart the engine. Which is gonna be great because my guy wants his truck back. It's been here so long. Okay, got the little nuts here. Those are going in to secure our fan to the pulley. Now this is going to be a little interesting how we're going to do this, because you'll see that pulley is running a little bit sideways, right? So what I need to do is get these nuts on here and then turn the engine over a little bit and then rotate that pulley some. I could probably only get just 1 or 2 fasteners in, maybe the third one. I might be able to get the third one on. Yeah. Tight squeeze, I can tell you that. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. All right, okie dokes. I'm gonna go down there again with the ratcheting wrench right here, the flex head, and we're gonna try to tighten down as much of this as possible, and then we'll bump the key around and get that bottom fastener. This might just be Very slow and meticulous. I don't think I've got enough friction here to get good ratcheting action. Maybe I do. Hang on. What's going on? Doo-doo. Message. Oh, this is great. It's almost done. Okay, let's switch sides and get that other one over there. Move this thing over here. Yeah, as I tighten this down, it's drawing this fan into position. It's going to run the pedestal mount flush with the water pump. It's going to put a little bit more tension on the belt too, because that belt is running a little bit, or the pulley was running a little bit sideways. So it will get a little bit more belt tension after this. But it won't be excessive, nothing like that. All right, let's get that top bolt as well. That one's coming down to torque, clicks. Okay, so this thing has oil in it. I hooked the battery back up. We're just gonna bump that key around a little bit. Watch this. There we go, that's all it took. Just one little bump. And that should have spun that around enough for me to get, yep, there it is, the one last stud right there. So I need one more nut. Ooh, I almost dropped it. That was close. Come on, you. Begin threading now. I hear my gate squeaking. Someone's here. Oh, it's just sitting there. Hang on. We're not threaded yet. There we go. Good. Na 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 na. 10 mil. We're definitely in the home stretch now, fellas. Click. Okay. Let's get our upper radiator hose reinstalled, just because that's kind of staring at us in the face right here. Let's make sure I don't have conflict. Okay. I wasn't sure if the wiring harness went under the hose or not, but it appears not. So we're not gonna worry about it. Click. Battery click. All right, moving on. Got some connectors to connect, some wires to route. Put that in. Now this stuff, I think this one went over here. Yes, it did. That connects right inside of there. And then, what else goes where and how did that go? Well, that one plugs into there. Got that. This guy plugs into the distributor right here. Got that. Let's see, the green one goes to the green. Oh, I remember these. These were those really difficult to remove connectors because they were cracked or broken or something. Now this one, I think this one goes up here. I hope. I hope. No, that's not right. These ones? Does that one go there? Nah, man, I don't remember where the stuff goes. It goes wherever it fits, that's where it goes. Okay. Let's see, that's the mass airflow. That goes on the intake tube. That leaves me with these two. Where do they go? That one goes to the compressor. And then we got a straggler here. Where's this last one go to? Well, whatever it is, it can't be far. Here, let's plug the compressor in. Now, there's something around here. There it is. It's hiding. It was back there behind that AC line. Okay, that's all the connectors connected. Airbox is coming in. Now let's back you guys up one more time. AC machine is done. And then these hoses get connected right here and right here. That one plugs in there. Oh, I'm feeling really good now. We're getting somewhere. Quickly, like infinitely faster than how yesterday was working out, which is really good. Oops, vacuum line on the air filter box. Got that. Air filter clips are becoming clipped. And we have a clamp. I need to clamp that clamp. 10 millimeters. And of course, the mass airflow. The most important, in my opinion. The ECM needs to know how much air is coming into the engine, which makes that very important. These things. Hose clamps, words. Okay, I'm all out of nuts and bolts. AC machine is done vacuuming. I do need to install the charge in this, which I don't know what it was. Oh, the sticker, 1.32 pounds. All right, okay. A sticker says, what is that? 1.32 pounds, okay. All right, tell you what, we got oil in it. Let's go ahead and start the engine. Then I can refill the AC system, and then we can fill the coolant while it's warming up, and then we'll check the leaks. Here we go, you ready? Okay, it's alive. Got oil pressure. Sounds good. You good with that? Alright guys, I just need to add some coolant to this bad boy. Recharge the AC and should be good to go here. Let's go ahead and get that AC going. I forgot what I said it was. 1.3 pounds? 1.32, sure. Begin charging sequence now. Charge. Not electronic compressor. Do not save. Don't ever save those. It's stupid. You'll have 1,000 VIN lists in there. A 0.132 pounds refrigerant on the high side. Sure, why not? Begin charging now. And let's go ahead and pour some coolant in here. You guys, I gotta tell you, today's a much better day than yesterday was. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm like 12 hours into a 4-hour job. This thing did not, it did not really treat me very well. It's just a very difficult operation. It was fine until I decided to add that front main seal, which turned into an oil pump. Everything was fine until I went that route, because I didn't realize I had to pull the oil pan off. And to pull the oil pan off, I didn't realize you had to unbolt the engine mounts and lift the engine up. And like I said earlier, had I known all that, I may have taken a different approach in this particular situation. Either way, I got through it. It is what it is. Nothing was damaged. Nobody got hurt. It did take a long time, but I think the end result is worth it. Basically, what I did to this truck is what I would have done to it had it been my truck. That's what I would have done. But the difference is I would have procrastinated for months and months and probably never actually done the job. But you never know. All right, guys, I think we're on the second or third or fourth or 12th video on this thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and save us all a lot of time and close this one out right now. We're almost good to go. Like I said, I just need to refill the coolant, purge the air out of it, and get it off my rack and outside, and then get this thing delivered. So that being said, as always, thank you for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed this video on this particular Nissan. If you did enjoy this video, you know the drill. Please feel free to let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. If you did not enjoy this video, or you see that I did something wrong, or you just want to yell at me a lot, let me know about all that stuff in the comment section down below. So again, and as always, thank you guys for watching, and most importantly, do not forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. End of Nissan Datsun. Yeah, you thought you caught me slipping. Not today. Snake.